What's good, bro? This is Jen with SeductionUnleashed.com, help you unleash your best for women and beyond. And today, right now, we're talking about the 5 ways to touch a girl to make her want you. Now, for this video, we're gonna go in a chronological kind of sense, building up from the lighter things up to the more serious things. And also, right off the bat, I just wanna say, man, you don't wanna be getting me too'd out here, okay? So if a girl looks uncomfortable, just back the fuck up, man. Just don't let it happen. I just had to say this first and foremost as a warning. Also, there's a bonus tip at the end, so you might want to stick around for that because it's a little bit controversial, to be honest. So with that being said, number one, the first and foremost thing, even though it's a little bit cliche, is the high five. And the reason the high five is so powerful is because the high five is kind of like, it's like that middle ground between male and masculine and feminine. It's like, it rewards her. She says something cool. She says something, maybe she says she liked the Rugrats going up, and you're like, shit, I fucking love the Rugrats going up. High five, bam, high five. Just in that moment, you kind of break that ground from just that platonic kind of talk to a more flirty kind of talk. Now, handshakes are cool too. Things like handshakes and fist bumps. High fives are just a little bit more, it's just a little bit more flirty. But I do give chicks handshakes when I meet a girl. Like when I meet a chick's friends, I actually give them handshakes and whatnot. I don't give them high fives. I actually like to kind of friend zone chicks early on first. But that's also something else in another later video. But number two is the what's number 2? By the way, pimp, if it's first time here and you're interested in dating, relationship, self-improvement, and motivational content, start now by hitting that subscribe and bell notification button so you can join that Unleashed notification game, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, let's get back to the video. Number 2, the side touch, man. The side touch. This is something that's just classic. When you touch a girl on the side, like maybe the side of the elbow or the shoulder or whatnot, just make sure you don't linger your hand too long, and also kind of read her signs a bit. Remember, everything is duality. You know, attraction is created through the mix of yin and yang, good and evil, push and pull. So I might, for example, a chick might say something, I laugh, and then I touch her shoulder and I laugh too, but I just laugh away for a second. I'm like, haha, that's funny. It's a little mix. It's like I'm touching her, but at the same time, I'm not giving her all that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to strictly be that all the time, but the point is that you don't want to be there like, I'm touching you. Like when a girl feels a dude touching her or trying to escalate on her physically, and he's constantly looking or just going forward, you're not taking that yin and yang kind of balance of push and pull, she feels that shit. When you can touch her on the side of the arm and you're like, oh really, that's cool, and then you kind of stop, that's cool. That's exactly what you want to do, because you want to get her used to that kinesthetic feel, that feeling of you touching her and it not being weird. She wants to feel like you guys are friends early on, because that's the quickest way to to move past that, when you just got that friendly vibe. Like she ultimately feels like she's known you longer than she actually has. Number 3, yeah, we blowing by this shit fast. The fucking side hug, man. The side hug, aka the friend zone hug. Now, the side friend zone hug is awful if this is happening like you've known the chick for a long time. If you know the chick for a long time, you still giving that friend zone. I do not do friend zone fucking hugs. But early on when you're talking to a girl, this is actually great, because it just gets used to her touching you in a more physical, just a more embracing kind of way. So when she says something cool, when she says something awesome, you just give her that little side hug for a second. You laugh like, oh cool, you get a hug for that. That's it. Then you just move away. That being said, this also applies to certain situations. At a party, everything's high energy. Chicks are drinking, it's cool. But other situations, if you might have to be a little bit more smooth with this. What I'm saying, like, you go up to a girl on the street, depending on her vibe, I might not go for a side hug. I might just you're gonna try to test the waters incrementally. If she's giving you high fives with enthusiasm, if she's letting you touch her in the side without kind of moving off in the case, then it's not that huge of a deal to get that little momentary, like, oh, you get a hug for that type of moment. That's what I'm talking about. Remember, it's all about incrementally. That push pull just is 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I know it might feel schizophrenic, but have a little nuance to your game, man. It'll pay off big time. Number 4, I call this the pull-in. This is something that happens. It can happen early on. But what it really is that you take a girl by the hand and you just say, hey, like, oh, let's come over here for a second. For example, this can also even happen on the street. There was a time where I stopped a girl and I basically stopped her and started talking to her, but it was kind of people traffic. But it was perfect because it gave me the opportunity to move the interaction. Because for me, I already know what it is when you go out to a girl, especially in a cold approach situation. You just have that feeling like if you talk to a girl for too long in the same spot, no matter how great the conversation is, there's always that feeling of like, Okay, where's this going? Like, okay, so immediately I just like to move from wherever we are. It might even be a half spin. I might even just turn slightly, just like a couple steps, just to get her to move, just to like switch up the fucking atmosphere just a little bit. So in that moment, I just looked at her and I was like, oh, let's come over here for a second. There's people in the way. And I just grabbed her hand like with no hesitation, like it wasn't a big deal, and she just went along with it. And I pulled her in and I got my back to the fucking wall. This was an unconscious thing that this was just my game internalized. Like, okay, dude, you're talking to her, it's great, things are going good, but you like get your back to the fucking wall. Let's get a little bit more compliance going. So I took her in, I took her to the fucking wall. Now this is something that is it's the shit, man. It's the shit, because here's the thing. When you watch a lot of how to touch a girl videos and whatnot, what you kind of don't take into account is the fact that a lot of times the best way to physically escalate with a girl is to get her to touch you. I know it's fucking crazy, the idea of you being the prize, but I'm telling you, it's actually way easier a lot of the times. A lot of the times, like if you just take a chick's hand and you just flirtingly like put that shit on your stomach, and then she'll just stop and pull away or whatever the case is, you keep doing little shit like that on and off and on and off, I'm telling you, she's gonna start touching on, she's gonna start enjoying it. Chicks are a lot less defensive when they're the ones doing it. Like, so just take her, say, hey, come here for a second, there's people in the way. You take her by the hand and you lead her away. This can also be, if this is a more serious situation, it's a couple more minutes in, you might also take this as a chance to just take her and flirtingly put her hand around your waist, and she might stop, or she might just keep it there, or you could just even put it on your chest, or even put it on your stomach. I'm telling you, man, don't always be trying to like, I'm gonna fucking Mission Impossible my way to fucking touch her in every little type of spot, and then in reality, sometimes the best thing to do is to make her molest you, man. Make her molest you. Make her molest you. Number 5, the face caress. This right here is something that's gonna happen when you're a little bit more serious. When you're in that moment where you've gone past flirting, you're a little bit more serious, you're kind of talking about more serious things. And you know what? You know, honestly, it doesn't always have to be that case. You could be a little more smooth. For example, you could just say some chick has something on her face and just kind of gently brush it off. Now, she might look at you like I know what you're doing, or like, oh, you have some fucking balls. But a lot of times, like, it's cool. As long as it's not super duper fucking early, you don't want to be doing that, obviously. But that shit is smooth. Now, later on, if it's a little bit more serious, I want you to, instead of reaching for like her cheek, reach for like behind her ear. Like this little fucking spot right here. If you touch a chick like just gently right here, this bitch gonna be like, she's gonna be like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy. I'm telling you, man, this spot, it's just, I don't know, this shit's sensitive as fuck, man. It's like a lot of little baby hairs and shit. Yeah. Matter of fact, another thing I would even do, you know, because I was a little bit ballsy, I'm kind of ballsy when I'm on my shit. And to be honest, there's times where if I'm with a chick and it's kind of flirty and whatnot, I'll fucking straight up, I'll go in and I'll kiss her on the cheek, and then I'll just walk the fuck away. But as I kiss her on the cheek, as I'm pulling out, I actually will breathe like slightly warm air, just slightly across her ear. And I make sure like gets to this fucking region. And I'm telling you right now, I know that shit drives me fucking crazy, but I don't stay there. That's the only thing, because this is not a time where I may be making out with the chick or whatever the case is. I'll just be like, yo, what's that shit over there? As soon as she looks, I just kiss her on the cheek and I'll gently blow out air and I'll just walk the fuck away. Like it's a big fucking joke. And a lot of times that shit drives them crazy, because they feel that affection, but then they feel it being pulled away. So they don't have time to even be like, this is like too much, it's overwhelming. As soon as they get that spike, they're getting it pulled away, and that naturally pulls them to you, man. This is some powerful shit, man, but be careful, man. Don't be going around kissing random bitches on the cheek and getting arrested and be like, hey, man, this guy on YouTube told me about it. Nah, man, don't be doing that, man. That was actually the bonus tip. I actually just realized that was the bonus tip. And the reason it's a little bit controversial is because, you know, you got to be a little bit careful when you're doing something like that, because you obviously want to be able to be calibrated to every situation and know that it's okay for you to be doing that shit. I hate to tag this shit with so many fucking warnings, but there's a lot of dudes who can read shit, see shit, and not fucking comprehend the shit, because ultimately every situation is situational. Every single solution is situational. It depends on where she is in the interaction. A lot of times, that's why this video is ultimately designed to incrementally kind of do it. If she's not reacting well to high fives or even little touches, if she's like moving away even from that, obviously you're not gonna go for no fucking side hug. Obviously you're not gonna try to touch her fucking face and tell her there's something there. You're not gonna be doing any of that shit. But if things are going well, I'm telling you, these things right here are killers. There's some kind, and you're gonna see chicks react, and a good thing to do is just have that poker face. Like, you Like, you don't even realize, like, you don't know what's going on, but you know what's going on. You see them reacting, man, because I'm telling you, chicks try to hide it, but when they get that little moment, like, it shows, man. It shows, man, and it's a powerful fucking thing. So with that being said, bro, what do you think is the best thing on this video that worked for you? Is there anything else that you personally think helps you touch a chick and escalate physically without, you know, getting slapped or hit with that yes me charge? I mean, yes me. Me too. Yes me. What the fuck? Hashtag yes me. So if you enjoyed that kick-ass, dope, incredibly popular video and you want to see more on dating, relationship, self-improvement, and motivational content, start now by hitting that subscribe button right there so you can join that Unleash notification game, bro. And if you want to continue your journey, hit that video right there. So with that being said, unleash your best, bro. And remember, until next time, confidence is bred by competence. Peace.